Lord Raghu, PLA champions of the world, reliever of the distress and delighter of the suppliant. The sun that gladdens the lotus like rays of the Raghu. For what fault of mine you forget showing mercy? Lakshmana, the fault of none of yours. I have reaped the fruit of the temper I showed. Manifold were the lamentations that Vidya's daughter uttered. Through boundless his mercy, my loving Lord is far away. Who will apprise the Lord of my calamities? And as would eat the sacrificial oblations. At the sound of Sita's loud wailing, all created being, whether animate or inanimate, felt distressed. Jatayu, the king of the vulture, heard the piteous cry and recognized from her voice that it was the spouse of ShriRam, the glory of the Raghu race, who was being carried away by the wild demon Ravana like a dun cow that had fallen into the hands of some barbarian. Sita, my daughter, fear not. I will kill this demon. The bird darted off its flurry like a thunderbolt hurled against a mountain. Why do you not stop, O villain? You are proceeding fearlessly, as if you have not yet known me. When he saw the vulture bearing down upon him like death, a ten-headed monster turns towards him and reflected, it is Mount Manaka, or can it be the Garuda, the king of the birds? The latter, however, knows my strength as also his lord's Bhagwan Vishnu. When the bird drew near, he recognized it and said, it is no other than the aged Jadayu. He has come to drop his body at the sanctuary of my hands. At this, the vulture rushed in the excitement of his flurry, exclaimed, listen, Ravra, to my advice. Return home safely, letting Jinka's daughter alone. Otherwise, despite your many arms, what will happen in this? In the most terrible flame of the Shrirama's wrath, your whole house will be consumed like a moth. Bellicose Ravana, however, gave no answer. The vulture Jatayu thereupon rushed wildly on and clutching the demon by his hair pulled him from the carrot so that he fell on the ground. Having placed Sita in a safe retreat, the vulture turns once more towards Ravana and striking him with his beak, tore his body. For nearly half an hour, Ravana lays unconscious. Much annoyed at this, the demon now angrily drew his most dreadful sword and cut the Jatayu's wings. Invoking Jai Shri Ramas and having accomplished marvelous feats, the birds fell on the ground. Ravana took Sita once more into his car and drove off in haste. Greatly alarmed, Sita was borne through the air, laminating like a frightened, laminated like a frightened doe caught in the trap of the hunter. Perceiving some monkey perched on the hill, she dropped off some cloth, uttering Sri Rama's name. In this manner, Ravana took Sita away and kept her in Ashoka garden. Lord of the Rahoop, page number 707, Sri Ramayana. Lord of the Rahoop, PLS champions of the world. PLS means PLS champions of the world. PLS means PLS means unequal, unrivaled. Unequal or unrivaled is called the peerless. Unequal or unrivaled is called the peerless. Unequal and unrivaled is called the peerless. Unequal and unrivaled is called the peerless. Unequal or unrivaled is called the peerless. Unequal and unrivaled is called the peerless. Unequal and unrivaled is called the peerless. Unequal or unrivaled is called the peerless. Unequal or unrivaled is called the peerless. Champion means unequaled or unrivaled is called the peerless. Champion means champion. Champion means unequaled and unrivaled is called the peerless. Unequaled and unrivaled is called the peerless. Unequaled or unrivaled is called the peerless. Unequaled champion is a person who has surpassed all rivals in the sporting contest or other competition is called the champion. A person who has surpassed all rivals in a sporting contest or other competition is called a person who has surpassed all rivals in the sporting contest or other competition is called the champion. A person who has surpassed a person who vigorously supports a different person or cause champion. Champions of the world, surpassed all the competitors, fearless champions of the world, reliever of the distress and delighter of the suppliant, reliever of the reliever of the reliever of the distress means extremely anxiety, sorrow, or pain is called the distress. Extremely anxiety, sorrow, or pain is called the distress. Cause anxiety, sorrow, or pain is called the distress. Simulates age and wear. Extreme anxiety, sorrow, and pain is called the extreme anxiety, sorrow, and pain is called the distress. Extreme anxiety, sorrow, and pain is called the distress. Extreme anxiety, sorrow, and pain is called the distress. Extreme anxiety, sorrow, and pain is called the distress. Extreme anxiety, sorrow, and pain is called the distress. Extreme anxiety, sorrow, and pain is called the distress. Extremely anxiety, sorrow, and pain is called the distress. Extremely anxiety, sorrow, and pain is called the distress. And delighter of the suppliant. Delighter. Delighter means delighter of the suppliant. Delighter means uh, one who gives takes delights. One who gives takes delight is the delighter. One who gives takes delight is called a delighter. Extremely satisfaction 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 is called a delighter. Extremely how to use delight. Extremely satisfaction is called a delighter. 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 Extremely satisfaction to of the delighter of the suppliant. Extremely satisfaction is called a delighter. Suppliant. Extremely satisfaction for the delighter. A suppliant means a person making a humble or earnest plea to someone is power or authority is called the suppliant. A person making humble and earnest plea to somebody power or authority is called the suppliant. A person making a humble or earnest plea to someone in power or authority is called the suppliant. A person making a humble or earnest plea to someone in power or authority is called the suppliant. A beggar is called the suppliant. A beggar is called the suppliant. Beggar, suppliant. A humble earnest plea to someone in power or authority is called the suppliant. The delighter of the suppliant. The delighter of the extreme satisfaction is called the delighter of the suppliant. Suppliant, authority suppliant, delighter of the suppliant, delighter of the suppliant, delighter of the suppliant, delighter of the suppliant. Extreme satisfaction is called a delight. 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 Extremely satisfaction. Extreme satisfaction. How to use delight. Extreme satisfaction is called a delight. Extremely pleased, glad, satisfied, thankful is called a delight. Pleased, glad, satisfied, thankful is called a delight. Pleased, glad, satisfied, thankful is called a delight. Pleased, glad, satisfied, thankful is grateful is called a delight. Pleased, glad, satisfied, thankful is called a pleased, glad, satisfied, pleased, glad, satisfied, thankful is called a delight. Delight. Pleased, glad, satisfied, thankful is called a delight. Pleased, glad, satisfied, and thankful is called a delight. Pleased, glad, satisfied, and thankful is called a delight. Delighter of the suppliant. Delighter of the suppliant. Suppliant means beggar. Humble request to the authority. A person making a humble request, external praise to the power or authority is called the suppliant. A person making a humble, earnest plea for someone in power or authority is called the suppliant. A person making a humble or earnest plea to someone in power or authority is called the suppliant. A person making a humble or earnest plea to someone in power or authority is called the suppliant. The sun that gladdens the lotus like rays of the Raghu, the sun that gladdens the lotus like rays of the Raghu. For what fault of mine you forgot showing mercy? For what fault of mine you forget showing your mercy? For what fault of mine for what fault of mine? What fault of mine you forget showing me your mercy? For what fault of mine you forget showing your for what fault of mine you forget? Son or the gladdens the Lord suppliant, the lighter of the suppliant, the sun that gladdens the lotus-like rays of the Raghu, that gladdens the sun that gladdens the lotus-like rays of the Raghu, the sun that gladdens the lotus-like. For what fault of mine you forget showing mercy? You forget showing mercy, a fault of mine. For what fault of mine? Fault of mine. You forget showing your mercy. For what fault of mine? You forget showing your mercy. For what fault of mine? You forget showing mercy. For what fault of mine? You forget showing mercy. For what fault of mine? Fault of mine. You forget showing mercy. For what fault of mine? You forget showing your mercy. For what fault of mine? You forget showing your mercy. Fault means fault of mine. A unattractive, unsatisfactory feature is called the fault. An unattractive or unsatisfactory feature, especially a piece of work, a person character, is called the fault. A unattractive or unsatisfactory feature is called the fault. An unattractive or unsatisfactory feature is called the fault. An unattractive or unsatisfactory feature is called the fault. An unattractive or unsatisfactory feature is called the responsible for the accident or misfortune is called the fault. An unattractive or unsatisfactory feature is called the fault. An unattractive or unsatisfactory feature is called the fault. An unattractive or unsatisfactory feature is called the fault. An unattractive or unsatisfactory feature of a person or work is called the fault. An unattractive or unsatisfactory feature, a piece of work or person character is called the fault. An unsatisfactory feature and work, person character, piece of work or responsible to accident or misfortune is called the fault. Next, citizen for inadequate mistake, for the unsatisfactory feature of work or unsatisfactory feature of work or person is called the fault. Unsatisfactory, criticize for inadequacy or mistake, fault of mind, unsatisfactory feature of mind, for watch and fault of mind, like for what fault of mind you forget, fault of mind, for what fault of mind, fault of mind, fault, unsatisfactory feature of work, unattractive or unsatisfactory feature and of work or person is called the fault. A unattractive or unsatisfactory feature, especially piece of work or person character, is called the fault of mind. You forget showing mercy. You forget showing mercy. Fault of mind. You forget showing mercy. You forget showing mercy. You forget showing mercy. You forget showing mercy. Forget showing mercy. Forget means forget showing mercy. Forget. You forget showing mercy. Fault of mind. You forget showing mercy. You forget showing mercy. Forget. Forget means forget is forget. Forget means forget your mercy. Forget means forget, a simple past tense of the forget. Forget means forget means forget your mercy. Forget your mercy. Fault of mind, unsatisfactory features, unattractive and unsatisfactory feature of work or a person. Forget means fail to remember. Fail to remember is called the forget. Fail to remember to showing mercy. Fail to remember is called the forget. 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 Fail to remember is called the to unable to remember a fact is called the forget. Unable to remember a fact is called the forget. Unable to remember a fact is called the forget. Unable to remember a fact is called the forget. Showing mercy. Showing mercy. Showing mercy. Showing fault of mind. Showing mercy. Mercy means, what is the meaning? Showing mercy. Showing means the action of showing something or fact of being shown. The performance on specified quality. The performance of a specified quality is called the showing. A performance of a specified quality is called the showing. A performance of a specified quality is called the showing. A performance of a specified quality is called the showing. A performance of a specified quality is called the showing. A performance of a specified quality is called the showing. A performance of a specified quality is called the showing. A performance of a specified quality is called the showing. A performance of a specified quality is called the showing. A performance of a specified quality is called the showing. A performance of a specified quality is called showing. A performance of a specified quality is called showing. A performance of a specified quality is called showing. A performance of specified quality is called showing. A performance of specified quality is called the showing. Showing mercy. Performance of specified quality is called the showing. Mercy, companion of forgiveness shown towards someone who in with the power of punish or harm is called the mercy. A companion of forgiveness shown toward used to express surprise or fear is called the mercy. Mercy means the mercy, compassion, or forbearance shown especially to the offender or one subject to one's power is called the mercy. The meaning of mercy is compassion or forbearance shown especially to an offender or one subject to one have power is called the mercy. The meaning of mercy is compassion or mercy. Mercy means the definition mercy, compassion, compassionate is called the mercy. Compassionate is called or kindly forbearance shown towards offender. Kindly forbearance shown toward the offender and enemy is called the offender and enemy is called the mercy. Showing mercy, forget showing mercy. Ah, Lakshmana, the fault is none of yours. I have reaped the fruit of my temper. I have reaped the fruit of my temper. Fault is none of yours. The fault is none of yours. Fault is none of yours. Fault means fault. Fault means an unattractive, unsatisfactory feature, especially in a piece of work or in person character is called the fault. An unattractive or unsatisfactory feature, especially in a piece of work or in a person character is called the fault. An unattractive or unsatisfactory feature, especially in a piece of work in a person or in a person's character is called the fault. A fault. An unattractive or unsatisfactory feature, especially in a piece of work or in a person character is called the fault. An unattractive or unsatisfactory feature, especially in a piece of work or in a person's character, is called the fault. Lakshmana, the fault is none of yours. I have reaped the fruit of the temper. Reaped the fruit of the temper. I have reaped the fruit of the temper. Temper means temper. A person's state of mind seen in terms of their being angry or calm is called a temper. A person's state of mind seen in terms of their being angry or calm is called the temper. A person's state of mind seen in the term of their being angry or calm is called the temper. A person's state of mind seen in terms of their being angry or calm is called the temper. A person's state of mind seen in terms of their being angry or calm is called the temper. A person's state of mind seen in terms of their being angry or calm is called the temper. A person's state of mind seen in terms of their being angry or calm is called the temper. The degree of hardness and elasticity in steel of one metal is called the temper. The degree of hardness and elasticity in steel or other metal is called the temper. The degree of hardness and elasticity in steel or other metal is called the temper. The degree of hardness or elasticity in steel or other metal is called the temper. A person's state of mind seen in terms of being angry or calm is called the temper. A person's state of mind seen in terms of their being angry or calm is called the temper. A person's state of mind seen in terms of their being angry or calm is called the temper. A person's state of mind seen in terms of their being angry or calm is called the temper. A person's state of mind seen in terms of their being angry or calm is called the temper. A person's state of mind seen in terms of their being angry or calm is called the temper. Fruit of the temper I shown. I have reaped the fruit of the temper I shown. Angry or reaped. Reaped means cut or gather. A crop or harvest is called the reap. Cut or gather. Cut or gather. Cut or gather is called the reap. Cut and gather harvest is called the reap. Cut and gather the harvest is called the reap. Cut and gather the harvest is called the reap. Cut and gather the harvest is called the reap. Cut or gather a crop or harvest is called the cut or gather a crop or harvest is called the greed. Cut or gather a crop or harvest is called the greed. To cut and collect the grain is called the reap. The cut and collect the grain is called the reap. The cut and collect the grain is called the reap. To cut and collect the grain is called the reap. To cut and collect the grain is called the reap. To cut and collect the grain is called the reap. Reap the fruit of the temper. The fruit of the temper I shown. The fruit of the temper I showed. Fruit of the temper I showed. I have reaped the fruit of the temper I showed. Temper I showed. Temper means allow or cause to be visible is called the show. Allow or cause to be visible is called the show. Showed means allowed or caused to be visible is called the show. Allow to be perceived display is called the show. Allow to be perceived display is called the show. Allowed to be perceived, displays called the show. Allowed to be perceived or displays called the show. Allowed to be perceived or displays called the show. Allowed to be perceived and displays called the show. Allowed or caused to be visible is called the show. Allowed or caused to be visible is called the show. Allow or cause to be visible is called the show. Allow or cause to be visible is called the show. Allow or cause to be visible is called the show. Allow or cause to be allow to be perceived, displayed is called the show. Allow to be perceived, displayed is called the show. Allow to be perceived and displayed. The temper I show. Reap the fruit of the temper I shows. Reap the fruit of the temper I showed. The temper I showed, the temper I showed, the rule, the Lakshmana, the fault is none of yours, the fault is none of yours. Character, the fault, work and characters, the unsatisfactory feature of the work and character, unsatisfactory feature of the work or character is called the fault. The Lakshmana, the fault is none of yours. I have reaped the fruit of the temper I showed. Manifold were the lamentations that Vidya's daughter uttered. Manifold were the lamentations. Manifold were the lamentations. Manifold were the lamentations. Manifold temper. I have reaped the fruit of the temper I showed. I have reaped the fruit of the temper I showed. I have reaped the fruit of the temper I showed. I have reaped the fruit of the temper I showed. Manifold were the lamentations that Vidya's daughter uttered. Manifold were the lamentations. Manifold were the lamentations. Manifold were the lamentations that Vidya's daughter uttered. Manifold the lamentations. Lamentations means the passionate expression of grief or sorrow is called the lamination. Weeping is called the lamination. The passionate expression of grief or sorrow, weeping is called the lamination. The passionate expression of grief or sorrow, weeping is called the lamination. The passionate expression of grief or sorrow, weeping is called the lamination. The passionate expression of grief or sorrow, weeping is called the lamination. The passionate expression of grief or sorrow, weeping is called the lamination. Manifold were the lamentations that Vidya's daughter uttered. Vidya's daughter uttered. Uttered means make with one's voice. Make a sound with one's voice is called the utter. Make say aloud is called the utter. Utter means make with one's voice is called the utter. Make a sound with one's voice is called the utter. Make 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 a sound with one's voice is called the utter. Make a sound with one's voice is called the utter. Say aloud is called the utter. Say aloud is called the utter. Say aloud is called the utter. The Vidya's daughter uttered. Through boundless his mercy. Through boundless his mercy. My loving Lord is far away. Through boundless his mercy. Through boundless. Through boundless his mercy. Through means through boundless. Through boundless his mercy. Through boundless his mercy. Through boundless his mercy. Through boundless. Through means despite, in fact, although boundless is mercy, however is called the mercy. However, boundless is mercy. Boundless is mercy. Boundless means unlimited or immense. Unlimited or immense is called the boundless. Unlimited boundaries. Having no boundaries is called the boundless. 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 Through boundless his mercy, my loving Lord is far away. His mercy, my loving Lord is far away. Through boundless his mercy, my loving Lord is far away. My loving Lord is far away. Boundless is mercy. Through boundless is mercy. Mercy, compassionate. Compassionate is called the mercy, have authority. Mercy, compassion, following shown towards someone who is power to punish, who is a power to punish, who is a power to punish. Through boundless is mercy, power to punish. Boundless is mercy. Boundless is mercy. My loving Lord is far away. Boundless of mercy, my loving Lord. Boundless of mercy. Boundless of mercy, my loving. Feeling or showing love or great care is called the loving. Feeling or showing great care is called the loving. affectionate is called the loving is affectionate. Feeling or showing great love is called the loving. Feeling or showing great adoring, devoted, passionate, caring, warm, fond, compassionate is called the loving. Affectionate 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 is called the loving. Affectionate. My loving Lord is far away. Far away. Who will appraise the Lord of my comedy? Who will appraise the Lord of my comedy? Appraise. Who will appraise the Lord of my appraise means put a price on a price. Is a put a price on is called the price. Put a price on is called the price. Put a price on is called the value high is called highly esteemed is called the appraise. Value high esteem. Put a price on is called the price.